I'm sad, I'm wet, I'm talking about the books I read this summer still, and it's only fitting then that I'm talking about perhaps the saddest, wettest book of them all, and that would be Highland novelist Eden Robinson's 2000 debut, Monkey Beach, a perennial classic of the indigenous literary canon, and a sheer goddamn masterpiece, well worth owning, a hardcover first edition if you can come across one. This is a novel that is highly ambiguous, non-linear, and elliptical in its storytelling, which makes it strange that it's so often taught on undergraduate literary syllabi. I was never assigned it, perhaps thankfully, although I read it maybe 2 or 3 times as an undergrad, and I'm returned to it over the summer for maybe the 4th time in over 10 years. And man, does this thing just get deeper and clearer with age. A lot of those ambiguities and narrative jumps make a lot more sense the more you reread this thing and the more you think about the interconnections. You got 3 main sections to this book. Our main character, Lisa Marie, is a young Hyla teen growing up in her hometown of Kitimat, similarly to Eden Robinson herself, and she's grappling with what it means to have the capabilities of a traditional seer. She can simply perceive things from the spiritual world that most people cannot. Most infamously, a sort of small, red-headed leprechaun lumberjack figure who shows up to her in her bedroom right before something bad happens, usually a near-death or death-like experience for someone close to her, almost as a bad omen or a premonition. And Lisa Marie is, of course, terrified by these visions. And the main mystery of this text, the thing that hooks you in, is that her younger brother, Jimmy, who was an aspiring Olympic swimmer, has disappeared during a fishing trip. Improbably, considering, swimmer, probably not going to drown. And rather than pursue that mystery into the present tense, what Lisa Marie does is delve into her dark, depressing past. In those 3 main sections of the book, she reflects on her beloved late Uncle Mick, her beloved grandma, Mama Oo, and of course, young Jimmy himself and his trials, tribulations, dreams, and struggles. Eden Robinson tells this anecdote that when she was writing her earliest stuff in the late 90s, early 2000s, she was undiagnosed with a gluten intolerance, meaning that she was suffering on a daily diegetic level, which probably accounts for why her stuff is so concerned with tasty comfort food, but also dark, depressing, and really violent material. If you go to my website, gagekdibo.ca, you'll see I have a recent blog post where I talk about my very depressed response to a particular passage concerning the city of Vancouver, for which I've been feeling a lot of wistful nostalgia lately. But if you haven't read this thing, please do.